Hey and welcome to Tech Tips with me, Jacob, and today we had a little episode about the Insta360. We got a question on one of our comments about the ND filters, so we picked up it back. And these are from Freewell, which is recommended from Insta360, says on the box. So we're just going to go through and take some shots and see what the difference is between them. Alright guys, so we did some tests with the ND filters, and the first one was just having it on auto and then putting on the ND filters on the wide thing with a still subject, me, and then you can see how it looks. So if you're still, the shutter speed compensation doesn't really matter, but I am going to show you now what it looks like when you see the difference in the shutter. So it comes right here. And see if I put on a ND filter and move my hands around, see if you see any motion blur, because it has to compensate for something when it does auto. So the shutter speed or the ISO. So let's put that on. Let's see here, there. It's a nice day though. So if I put this on, see if I can do that. There, and now if I shake my hand around, there's a bit of motion blur there, so it has changed the shutter speed. A bit faster, yeah, my hand disappears. All right, so let's take it off and do quick waving as well again, just so you can see the difference. It didn't wave as hard last time. There. So I don't lose my fingers. So you see, it does make quite a big difference in the motion blur, where the hand is still so you can see it, or just a blur. And that's what the motion blur is, when the shutter is compensating for the lack of light. So that is something to think about. We also tested the depth of field, and you can see that here. And on the first shot, you can see that on auto without the ND filter, everything is pretty much in focus. You can see the wall and you can see the carpet in the front, as well as the subject itself. But when you put on the ND filter, the background is blurry, and so is the carpet in front of the subject. So there you can see that it does make a difference in the depth of field. The Insta does not have individual control over the aperture and the shutter and the ISO. It does not have the aperture control specified, but in a regular camera you do. So in a mirrorless camera or in a DSLR, you can set them separately, so you can choose where to compensate for the ND filter. And the ND filter is a neutral density filter, which just means it's blocking part of the light coming to the sensor. And then you compensate thereafter. So sometimes it's just too bright, so you have to go up to an f-stop of 11 and have a very wide depth of field. But if you want to have this short depth of field, then on a sunny day, you can use the ND filter, at least on a regular camera. You can use them too on the Insta, of course, and you just have to be aware of the cost. So as long as you know what you're using and what you need, I would recommend having the ND filters, because I'm not sad that I got these. I'm going to use them for some things, but just not always. So as long as you know the price of using ND filters, they're a great tool to have. And if you have any questions about ND filters or any of the process or test we did, don't hesitate to comment in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one.